Hey guys, hopefully I wasn't gone for too long. I did, I think I went a day over what I should have. So I encourage everyone to turn on your bell notifications because I haven't quite set up a schedule yet. I'm working on being more routine about when I get them out, but I'm going to have to come up with a schedule outside of this that allows for me to be more consistent with my videos. So, with that part being said, today I'm giving another reaction to I.A.G Farms, and this is the video where they go grocery shopping, and then he also is putting a roof on the coop. So, I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I believe there's music at the beginning, so I'm going to mute it and let it start playing and get the lighting right. Okay. And yeah, just let it play some because I know that Tim has music going right now. And I've been asked not to fast forward through so much of it. So I want to capture as much as I can in the videos, but still work around the music because um, I just don't want to get into any copyright issues. So I'm not sure if this is a preview of things to come or if he's starting the video out like this, but I believe it's a preview. So, we'll get into that part eventually. Um, yeah, this I believe is gonna circle back around in the video, so I can't go past this part. Go forward just a little. Oh, okay, yeah, he's just not doing the introduction. So I'm doing this right before Mother's Day, so I hope everybody is gearing up for family time. I'm going to head out in the morning to spend time with my mom. Let me see if the music's still going. But I did just make note that he opened Megan's door for her. Not sure if he closed it for her, but he opened it for her. So duly noted that you were a gentleman in this particular scene. Yep, still music. Um, I guess he's been hearing what some people have to say, and he's slowly trying to implement things that are not in his character, but he knows that it's irritating the viewers. And I believe that it's not just people that no longer subscribe. I feel like people that are still subscribed over there have a feeling with a bad feeling of him not, you know, catering to his wife like a wife should be catered to, especially when you talk about God and a godly man. How would a godly man treat his wife? So I'm just surprised to see him open that door for her. Never seen it before.
Alright, y'all, we got this big grocery haul that Megan has ordered. We had to come with her, make sure she was safe, then pick up anything heavy. But
And it's amazing because for as many times as I've watched when they do go get groceries, or should I say come back with them, he's never been present because she always, well, whatever her conversation is has nothing to do with him being there. He was this while I was grocery shopping, or she says it in her conversation. So this is a first for me to see him even be present to pick groceries up. And I'm wondering if in the timeline this is, I know it's supposed to be after her surgery, but I'm wondering if this is days after her surgery or if he has recorded something recent and put it in the middle because he's heard the complaints about how he treated her. Just wondering.
You think we got enough groceries? Exactly. Yeah. Well, we got groceries back here, surrounding Benjamin on this side, and we also got a thing full of groceries back here, going all the way to the top of the roof, all the way to the bottom. And over here, we have a thing full of groceries as well. And Megan has all the bread up here with her. And she was trying to pick up bread, and I was like, you can't be picking this stuff up. That's why we're here. I'm fussing at folks. She was like, it's just bread. Yeah, can I please pick up? She was...
Oh, so now he fussing at people, but he didn't fuss at himself for having her fixing plates when she was minutes off of the operating table. He didn't fuss at himself when he let her get down out of that truck by herself, walking to his mom's house by herself instead of going straight home, walking into that kitchen and standing over a counter to fix people's plates. He didn't fuss at himself, but now he's going to fuss at other people about bread. Come on. Come on, do better. Fuss at yourself. You can't expect for other people to treat your wife better than you treat her.
Giving it to me so it wouldn't get smashed in the hall. So yeah, it's just like, it's just some bagels. Can I pick up?
We just gotta make sure.
You know, it's very light. It's only 15 ounces. Less than a pound.
That one bag can be more than 5 pounds.
Right,
You're on a 5 pound limit. You grab it, and then if it's more than 5 pounds, and then you know.
He had her walking right after her surgery, so she was carrying her own body weight. She was supporting her own self just to get to and from. And rather than take his wife from the hospital to her bed so that she could get off of her feet and start recovering, he made her walk several different trips carrying her own body weight. So is he really worried about bread? You know, if you're going to do acting, at least let it make sense, because it doesn't even make sense right now. I'm really questioning if this was recorded recently to kind of get people to be quiet about how bad he treated her when she came home.
Stitches start flying
and was
loose.
Still in the hospital.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, bro. Even got more groceries coming. Pack of chicken.
Oh yeah, don't leave out my chicken.
What y'all think, boys?
They gave us vanilla wafers instead of graham crackers.
You crazy. What do you think, Ben?
I didn't.
What did Tim Jr. say? I didn't understand it.
What y'all think, boys?
They gave us vanilla wafers instead of graham crackers.
You crazy. What do you think, Ben?
I didn't do my...
I didn't understand the beginning of it. I know he said vanilla wafers and graham crackers. What he's saying about them, I can't understand. Maybe y'all can. Let me turn it up some.
Alright, y'all, get back to the house. We had to bring Megan out to do groceries because she is on restriction. She can drive and everything, and they load the groceries here. But I wasn't sure, you know, like I say, what the situation would be. So I didn't want to take any chances. So me and the boys went ahead and loaded up, and I came on and helped Megan do groceries.
So with the music, I'm going to mute it and let it continue to play. I wanted to be able to hear the majority of what this scene was, because I knew that I could see in the preview that he was taking her to get the groceries because of the little bread scene. It shows that. But I didn't want to get a copyright for anything else.
A ton of groceries. The boys all made time to bring me on this humongous grocery haul, even though Tim is also working on...
There was a lot of groceries. Does she always get that amount at one time? Like, are they shopping for the month? A couple of months? Like, that was a lot of groceries. And is that what she does on her own? Like, bringing that amount back home and having to deal with that herself? Let me see. Trying to find
but I am not allowed to pick up any grocery bags or bring any groceries in because Tim was just like, I want to make sure you're not lifting over pie.
Now I will say this. She said, I'm not allowed. She looks happy right here that she's being catered to and that she's actually being considered. You know, I'm recovering still, and the men in my life, or the man and the boys in my life, are taking care of me right now. She looks happy, genuinely happy.
I can't do and I can't live. So it's awesome. And Tim is gonna probably do a material run later on, but we'll see once they get all the groceries.
She working me.
Once they get all the groceries in,
we'll
see.
We gotta hurry up and get all this healing stuff out of the way. She working me, got me doing groceries, taking her to the store. And then she gonna put me out there and put me on top of the roof working on her APP, Amazing Poultry.
This man, you could not tie him down and make him not work.
She buttering him up, and he got that weird look on his face that everybody has talked about, like when she is hyping him up and he just sitting there looking, you know, strange or whatever, while his ego is inflated for a couple of minutes. But I feel like she's I don't think that she's not being genuine about how she feels, but I think she's putting emphasis on it because if I make him feel good, he'll continue to treat me like I just got out of the hospital. So let me scratch his back so he'll scratch mine type of situation. But she seems really happy right now. Like the smile that she has, and then it's like a pitch in her voice, a very high pitch when she's excited. And she has that high pitched voice right now. Like she's glad for the attention to finally be on her and to be treating her like she deserves to be treated. And I'm happy for her because you can just tell, like, I see one of these lights is right on her. Let me see if I can turn this light off. I don't know which one it is. Yep, that was it. She's smiling. She's happy. It's just like she's happy. And I'm glad to see that because he doesn't consider her a lot when he should. And her joy is coming from the inside out. You can see it. I like that.
Yeah, you can.
Listen,
yeah, you can.
I have seen
I go take a nap. I don't mind.
You know you rest, will. But I have seen him have strep throat and go out and like spit a cord of wood. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's Megan made me do it.
I did not. I'm like, what are you doing? You have strep throat. And he's out there. You remember that?
Y'all hear her high pitched voice? She's happy. That pitch is happy for her. That's her natural self right there. She's very happy. She didn't have to drive to the grocery store. She didn't have to wait for them to deliver all those groceries to the car. She didn't have to drive them back home and know she's going to have to get every single one of those out of the vehicle. She's being waited on. Probably for the first time in who knows how long. Or maybe ever. And she's happy. She's happier right now than she was the day she came home from the hospital. Because, of course, she was under the influence of medication, but she also was immediately put to work like she didn't just get off of a surgery table.
You had the strap, and you,
oh, yeah.
and you had this split wood.
My mentality was I was gonna sweat it out, you know. Like that's the old folks remedy for colds, strep throat, broken bones. Just go sweat it out, you know. Ain't nothing that a little bit of sweat can't heal.
He'll have him exactly in the middle of the summer.
You remember the time I almost broke my ankle? And I was doing firewood.
You were doing firewood then too. I think he likes. It's some things that we consider hard work that he actually likes to do. So it's just.
You know, I don't do nothing. You know, I don't do nothing. Sit around and make YouTube videos. I'm lazy.
So I know the reaction channels have been talking about that's all he does. Multiple channels are saying that, and I know I'm one of them. But he is quoting things that he supposedly knows nothing about, right? I know he made that statement that supposedly to one of his supporters that he didn't really know anything about the reaction channels. He just has only been told about them, but he wasn't worried about it. But he's making quotes now. So, did you watch that to know what was said to him? Always telling on yourself.
Ain't that what they say?
But groceries is probably not on that list of things that he likes to.
And it is what we say. It is. It's definitely what's being said. The question is it true? Has anybody lied when they said that? Because early on, we do remember seeing Tim out doing a lot of stuff. And then it just slowed down to the point where all he was doing was holding the camera or phone or whatever it is in his hand while he records everybody else. And he can't deny it. He can, try and downplay it and make it sound like he was being talked about, but I just want to know the lie in it. And I'm trying to listen to this and get past the music at the same time because it still has that going in the background. But I know he does this stuff on purpose, so I'm working around the music so that we can still have commentary on, what's going on.
He's just doing that, to help me out. So that's too funny. But yeah, you can't tie him down and make him not work. It's like I'm the one. Imagine you having to have a surgery where you couldn't lift 5 pounds. What would happen then, huh?
A lot. She's definitely buttering him up to keep him going by saying that because he was recording them run the farm. Were we not watching them? Has that not been what we've been seeing for the past few months? Megan was doing the chores at first, and he was recording her do them. He would go down and help Miss Lily until he decided he was done with that, but he still wasn't doing anything at home. Then the boys took over and started doing the chores, and Megan was taking care of everything inside the house. So if Tim had a surgery, the only thing that may not get done, that's a big may, is the grass cut. That's it. That's a may, because if they don't know how to operate the zero turn, they still can go and get putt from grandma and cut the grass. He still has that bad boy out there where they can bush hog or however you say it, the grass down. Like they have several methods of cutting grass other than just the zero turn. So what would not get done if he had an operation? Because he's literally set this situation up to where it can run without him. But it doesn't function without Megan. It doesn't function without the boys at this point. But we could not see a recording and they still would be living their life if he had a surgery. Regardless of if a video is recorded or not, they would be able to live their everyday lives because that's how he has set it up.
No, but he's got some other things on schedule for today, but we're just going to do one thing at a time and do it step by step. And so we'll have plenty of energy to do the things that we need to.
Okay. Unfortunately, that music, so I'm just going to let her run her mouth a little bit and go in and out. Let's see if we can catch a little bit here and there.
Snacks, Tim will have snacks. You pop in, doing a big project. You might not want to eat a whole lunch. You might just want to grab like a little protein bar or something like that. So I'm trying to up my snack game, and I have a ton of groceries that I'm super excited about, and I'm very excited that they are helping me and moving all the groceries in. So
she's very excited that they are helping her move the groceries in, and you can tell she is. A wife knows that her job is never done. Some days you just concede to it being close enough and go get some rest. But anytime that the people that you live with can take one little thing off of your plate, it's so greatly appreciated. And we know the difference. We know that that's one little thing that may have been small to them, but it was huge for her. You took one thing off of my plate, and then we saw how many groceries was wheeled out of that grocery store. That's a lot. I didn't even count how many baskets they had stacked up, but that's a lot of groceries. And then he's going around the excursion showing, and if it's that full, you can only imagine how deep it is for the size of that vehicle. So I know she is happy. Today is her day. She finally made a Megan day. It may not be 100%, but she made a Megan day, and I'm so happy to see it for her, because we know that this has like been a long time coming. Where she's smiling, she's happy, she's not the main person having to lift the load, and well, carry the load, should I say, around the house to make everything tick like it's been ticking.
We're gonna go inside and we're gonna get all the groceries put up and in their place. And I thank the boys for being there and available to help me, and for Tim always being ready, willing, available to help and to work hard. So I'm gonna head inside and we'll get these groceries put up.
And while it's on this scene, so I did ask if these were ducks that you eat, and two different subscribers looked it up and let me know that yes, it is. I think they were Peking ducks or something like that. But I see it's the Aflac duck when I see them. And I'm used to dark ducks. And so I assumed that dark ducks were the eating ducks. But I was wrong. So I stand corrected. And these are ducks that you can eat as well.
All right, y'all. So we got all the groceries unloaded and put inside the house. I got the excursion parked back on the driveway on Rooster, and the boys are helping Megan get all the groceries put away. The boys are pretty much putting all the groceries away, and Megan's just telling them where to put it at. But I'm headed out because Megan wants me to get a roof on top of the APP, the Amazing Poultry Pen, and because it's time for our ducks to go to freezer camp, and our chickens and turkeys, they're too big for the brooder, and so it's time to get them out into the poultry pen. And so I'm gonna crank up Old Faithful over here. He been sitting for a while. We're gonna see if he gonna crank good for us. But Old Faithful, he never lets us down. But I'm gonna go ahead and get an Old Faithful crank up, and I'm gonna head. First, I'm gonna get. I have some. Y'all have probably seen me in a couple videos before this. But I have the wood chips on the back of Old Faithful that we use to deep bed the pig pens and the chicken coops and everything else as well. And I'm gonna get that unloaded. I'll probably pull it down there and unload it somewhere and pack it and stack it up. And then I'm going to take Old Faithful to the lumber yard, get a couple sheets of OSB, some bolts and things like that. And then we'll try to get a roof on this amazing poultry pen. So y'all stick around. Fun times. It's already been a full family fun day already. And now it's time for me to get to work and try to get this chicken coop finished off and get a roof on it so we can transition from ducks to chickens. And
I wish he would even this out right here. Like, it's always hanging just a little lower than everything else.
So that's kind of our goal as far as why we're trying to make sure we go ahead and get this roof on top of the APP, the Amazing Poultry Pen. But y'all just stick around. Got a lot to do today, so I'm going to go and get to it.
Okay, Johnny Boy. Knew it was coming up. But what do y'all think so far about how he has helped Megan as far as driving her to the grocery store, making sure that the groceries were put in the car correctly, driving her back home, getting the groceries out of the car? We know he opened the door for her to the truck before they left. He put Benjamin in his car seat. He strapped Benjamin into his car seat because we see him filming and we see his hand going through the motion. So what do y'all think about that? Because it's about time, and that's the best that I can say. It's hard to give him too much credit until you see that it's a consistent thing for him. But I'm glad for Megan that her body was able to not do that load today, and he was still playing music. I'm so glad to see that her body was able to recuperate and not have to drive to the grocery store. Like, I remember after one of my surgeries, I had to run to the store. And, being from a small town, the drive was not long at all, probably 7-minute drive, if that. Um, if that. But it just, to sit up, it took so much out of me. I could just feel the tension. And then when I went back home, um, I was worn out. And all I could do was just, ease back into the bed. And that a vehicle that size, I can't imagine having to keep control of it right after surgery and then deal with all those groceries. So she definitely deserved for them to be there. I think that I would have liked to have seen him and the boys go get the groceries and leave her at home. I don't think she had to be there for that trip. But, they run stuff how they run it, so I'll leave that alone. But I think she still should have been at home resting. Um, and I still am up in the air about if this is like weeks or days after the surgery, or if this is more current to make it seem like, oh, see, I did take care of her, when in actuality you just got tired of people talking about how bad you did not take care of her.
I got 5 sheets of OSB, and that should be enough to do this roof. And I'm kind of still figuring it out as far as what I want to do with this roof. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put OSB up there, and I'm not gonna drill into the actual chicken coop because I want to kind of preserve that. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just use. I have some extra of these brackets here, and I'm gonna drill a hole. I'm gonna put the sheet of OSB up there. So one full piece of OSB. It should be this whole roof should only be 4 sheets of OSB. So this section right here should be one full piece because it's 4 foot going that way up to the peak, and then 8 foot going that way, and that's the size of a piece of OSB. So I should just be able to put one piece of OSB up there, and I have some extra of those brackets. So I'm gonna drill 4 holes, a hole in each corner, and then I'm gonna take the extra bracket and then use a kind of similar to this, and I'm gonna use a bracket, and I'm gonna bring that bolt down through the top of that OSB, and then put a bracket on the bottom of the thing here to kind of wedge it, and then screw it down, and that should hold the OSB. And then once I get the OSB up there, then I can just screw the 10, get the 10 cut the size, and screw the 10.
I think sometimes it's okay for us to just watch him work without him giving a play-by-play of what he's about to
into
do.
the OSB.
Because it's like, if we've already listened to you tell us and then you go back and do it, what was all of the talking for? We can just watch you do it, because he's not teaching anything. He's telling us how he's going to go about it. This is not how somebody else would do it. This is just what he came up with to do it for himself. Because he just does so many different videos where it's, let me explain this, and let me explain this, and let me explain this, and then let me touch something. Now let me go back and re-explain it again. Now I'm finished with it. Now let me give Megan the camera so she can tell y'all what I just told you. Ooh. I just wish sometime he would just put the camera down and let us just see him work. Because all this explaining, for what?
And like I say, that way, if we ever want to move it or ever want to take it down or do something, we can just unscrew the 10 and then unscrew the OSB, and it won't actually be screwed into the frame of the actual chicken coop or poultry pen, and so we won't be compromising the metal. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I got my OSB here, and the rain is trying to come down on me, but it seems as if it's gonna hold up. it's just kind of sprinkling right now, so that's just making it feel good out here. As long as it's not pouring down, I think I can still get out here and get started on this roof. I would love to get at least the OSB up there, and if I have to come back out or on another video, come back out tomorrow on another video and do the actual 10, that'd be good. But I need to see some progress on this thing because I've been trying to get to this roof for probably 2 weeks, but it's just been other things going on taking priority. But I'm finally to it. I have my material and we're ready to roll. So y'all, I'm gonna set y'all up. We're gonna try to get this roof on here. Like I said, as long as the rain holds up for us. If it starts pouring down, we'll call it quits for the day and start another day. But as long as it keeps sprinkling like this, we're gonna go ahead and get it done.
Yeah, so I knew the music was coming. I'm gonna fast forward past this. We can watch him do some of it, but he just verbally told us what he's about to do, and it won't make sense to anybody until we see his hands doing whatever he just said. I'm surprised he still has not invested in any sawhorses for, the amount of work that they do out there. I think that would have been a very wise investment, sawhorses, but I'm just observant. It's not my actual project, so if he likes it, I love it. Some kind of little bug flying around. Let's see if this music is still going. Yep. Hopefully y'all are not too interested in seeing him do all this work, because I'm not.
Hey, sweaty.
Yeah. So while this commercial goes, I really think that this was not recorded in sequence. I think it's damage control. Yes, I could be wrong, but I just really feel like that's what we're watching right now is damage control. I don't see how anybody has their wife doing what she did coming home and then somehow has a change of heart and is inspired to do what he's doing now. Something somewhere had to have gotten through his skull and make him at least look like he knows better. And what there was, we'll never know, but I just feel like this is weeks after the surgery and not days after the surgery. And he's had a chance to see that people were not pleased with him. He's trying to correct it now.
In there by the head of the boat that holds it by itself. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting those to hold. I got 3 of them to hold, but the other one I think it's stripped. And so stripped the wood at least. So I think I might have drilled my hole a little bit too big. So I'm gonna try to drill my hole just a little bit smaller next time and maybe hammer it down in there to kind of seat it so it'll hold. Because I don't have anybody up top to hold it for me. Like I said, so I need the boat from the top to hold so I can screw it from the bottom. But that's nice and tight, nice and solid, and it looks good. And it's raining, but it feels good out here, and I'm loving it. And that went up pretty quick, like I said. So I think I'm gonna be able to get all 4, because like I said, you can see one sheet covered that whole section. And so I'm gonna put another sheet there, and then 2 other sheets on the back side, and I have all of my sheathing done on the roof. And y'all can see them, bring you a little bit closer. So the OSB is attached to the roof of this of the amazing poultry pen, the APP of this chicken coop, this poultry pen, with these brackets here. I just have a hole drip in the OSB, and then I have a bolt coming down, a carriage bolt coming down through that OSB. Then I have these shackles that came with the chicken coop, the poultry pen, and I use that shackle to like pinch it, to pinch that wire in between, and then I just drilled it down, and that's how I did it all the way around. Like I said, I had one that I couldn't get drilled, and I might screw another hole and try it again. Like I said, because that one's stripped, but it's tight and solid. It's not going anywhere. And all I need is a foundation to screw down my tin. So this is not the only thing that's going to go on the roof. The tin's going to go on top of that. And like I say, everything is secure. We have the bottom secure with wire all the way around. It's predator proof.
Yeah. he just repeating himself, and that irritates my soul to hear Tim re-explain to us like we're remedial.
Knock knock. What's up, bitch? He like he having fun taking his nap today. What you doing, bud?
Music.
Garden, you know, at public school. Lane. How you doing, bud? He like he having fun. He like
The music.
well, I must really love you. Cause I stayed out in the rain while it was pouring down raining, working on the roof of your chicken coop, your amazing poultry pen.
Nope, lay down.
He must really love her because he stayed out in the rain to do that. Since the brooder has been built, and since he went and picked up that chicken coop, I've not seen Megan do anything with either of them. Now I know this was her gearing up for her surgery, so she wasn't physically working. But I'm just trying to figure out why he always makes this be her thing, and she's been the only person who has not done anything with it. We haven't seen Megan talk about this chicken, hen, turkey, whatever project, but it's always Megan. It's Megan's.
Mama been mean to you, man. He thought it was time to get us his daddy back in. Oh, yeah. He's how you looking at you.
Oh, baby.
Give you them googly eyes. He said, but mama.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Let's see if it's.
You. Watch him stop crying immediately. Once he realizes he can get up, watch him stop crying. I know that was gonna happen. Alright, so literally the roof is almost it is halfway done. I got all the OSB up there, and I'm ready.
So this is my question, because they've lived out in this area for a couple of years now. They've been married for about 11 years now, and supposedly she's seen him do a lot of projects. Why, after her having a surgery, would you not just let her rest? Like, why does she need to see what he just did? Tim did a project just now that I know I can do, and I have faith that any female watching this would be able to do what he just did. It was not a huge accomplishment. It was just necessary to move to the next step. Why get her out of her resting position to come and look at that simple project? Like, when does common sense really get used? Like, leave her alone, let her sit down, let her rest, let her stay off of her feet, let her not engage her core for 24 hours. There's nothing outside of that door that she needs to see that's that important. And you can see how reluctant she is. She's gearing herself up for this because he does not stop. So he just pretended to be taking care of her, but now all of a sudden she needs to walk outside to see some planks that he put on top of a coop that's been set up for at least a month, maybe a couple of months. Why get her up for that? Why can't she just walk to the door and look at that? Like, they can see it from their front door. Let her just look out of the front door. Why does she have to walk up on that? Now she's about to go down the stairs, walk out there, then eventually come back up those stairs when she's supposed to still be resting and getting herself together. I can only imagine what all he has her do when the camera is not rolling.
Ready to go on with the metal roofing.
Okay.
So it's all bolted down and everything, ready to roll. Hey, man, I'm too close for me. I shouldn't even.
I've never seen that much stuff laying around in the floor either, so you can tell that she's not feeling well and not able to take care of the house like she normally would. And the junkie people are not going to pick up anything. She's not well enough to clean up, and so it's just stuff laying everywhere.
Came in with my chicken coop boots on. All right, Ben, I guess I got to carry you out. Yeah. Go with that, Ben. I carry him out. Come on, bud. Let's go. Let's roll.
Stuff everywhere.
Come on, you can come on.
Let's go look at this amazing poultry pen. Come on, bud. Let's go on up there. There we go. All right. After you.
All right.
Stay out in the rain. The rain, storm. Oh yeah, I've been back. I just want to make sure, because like I said, I've been
She's moving like she's still recovering.
Oh, so good from here.
Yeah.
You got the front half done.
I've been trying. I got both hands done. I've been.
Both halves is the whole thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I got half. Well, I did say half.
You did.
I have all the OSB up.
I got
So now all I have to do is put the metal roof on.
Yeah, I got
So all I need you to do is come on out and check it out and see if you approve before I move on to the next steps.
Okay. It looks good from here.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good.
He said so he can move on to the next step. Has he ever cared about Megan's opinion of something, and that if she doesn't approve, it's not going to happen? But now he's acting like he's only going to finish this project and move to the next step if she okays it, instead of if she don't come out here to inflate my ego so I can move on to the next step.
Yes, it does look really good. I approve. It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up. I approve. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me look around on the other side as
Backside.
well. Yeah.
That's right. Lift y'all up so y'all can see. That side. What you think, Benjamin?
Oh yeah.
Might have the bag up to you so you can see it. So tall. He's going down here. Over here. Get a little glimpse of
Oh
it.
yeah, it looks good. I can see it.
So you're pleased with it?
I am. It looks awesome. It looks great. Good job.
So I can go on with some metal roof?
Yes.
Good,
Go
good.
ahead. The amazing poultry pen looks amazing. It is definitely living.
This is why he wanted her out there, so she can do what he always has her to do. Now, so she's about to give another description of what he's already described 50 times. But this one is to puff his chest up. The other 2 was because I guess he think we don't understand. Now it's to inflate his chest. So he's about to pace back and forth, looking at his work, and wait, just because she's talking about what he just did. We just put 4 planks up there on top of that cage.
Up to its name. He's got all of the OSB on the roof, and it absolutely looks great. It looks nice and sturdy. It's a really, really good foundation. And so now when he goes on with the 10, I mean, this coop is just going to last and last and last. I'm so excited. And the ducks are now out of the rain, even though we're actually probably going to process the ducks soon. And what's important is that the turkeys and the chickens have cover. So we'll be able to move in.
So I know if it rains and the rain falls straight down, that helps, but it's still going to be wet in there because there's no sides on it. So how is that the full remedy for the next things that they're going to put in there if the sides are open like that? Like, rain can fall at angles, and then even if it just falls straight down, it's still going to go into the open cage. So do they plan on putting something on the sides, or is a roof it? Because I don't I don't see what it's solving with open walls.
And turkeys and chickens.
And my plan for how I was going to attach the OSB worked out. You remember I said I was going to do it with the boat coming down and the shackle underneath. And just hugged it against the fountain.
That's it. That's all he wanted. He's now repeating it again because he's so proud of the remedial project that he just did. Did he lack attention as a child, or is he just a attention seeking adult? Like, I'm trying to understand this. Why he needs to be doted on so often, but he doesn't ever give it out. Ever give it out. Ever. He does not compliment anyone, but he always wants compliments.
Foundation of the metal poultry pen that was already there, and so that's locked in. And all I gotta do now is come in and cut some pieces of tin, and then just screw them down. So,
sounds good.
Yeah, it should be pretty quick. Like I said, it's going pretty quick, and I was telling them that I've been trying to get to this project for about 2 or 3 weeks, but everything else has become priority over this. But now we're finally getting to this because we need to butcher our ducks and send them to freezer camp so we can get the chickens and the turkeys out here. Because I don't know if y'all saw that video, but we tested the turkeys to see if we could put them out here with the ducks. And as soon as we put a turkey in, the ducks started attacking them. And so we got to get the ducks out first because they're so much bigger than the chickens and the turkeys because they're meat ducks, jumbo pecan ducks, I believe it is.
That's it.
And so we need to get them out of there first and then get the chickens and the turkeys in there. But it's coming together good so far. And so
it looks great.
I think I'm gonna keep going.
Woohoo!
I know the camera make it look like I'm way back there.
You have to come to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to go ahead and put the 10 up there today, or if I want to wait till another day.
I got you.
I got plenty of daylight. I'm already wet, and I already got rained on, so I might as well just keep on going. Huh?
Might as well.
Get it done.
Might as well.
Do y'all think the boys have still been getting homeschooled? Just a question.
And tonight is one of my nights where I don't have to edit, so I got to go ahead and get it in while I can.
That's it.
Got a free night.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, y'all, so I guess I'm going to get back going and get a metal roof on here.
They say he don't have to edit. He has a free night. So if you don't have to edit, that means you already put something out that you had recorded. So that's what makes me think also that this is being put in the middle of some stuff that was already recorded. Could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. Let me throw this in there real quick. I've already put some stuff out there so I can record a current one. Also because I know that I had mentioned how the boys are not, their hair's never brushed. And I'm sure that other people have mentioned it too, so I'm noticing that they all have fresh haircuts now. So it's just like, to me, a lot of backpedaling and cleaning up and trying to make himself look better in this particular video. A lot of damage control, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I'm just thinking that this one is stuck in the middle of some other stuff that was older footage that he already put out. So he doesn't have to edit because he's already edited some stuff to put out there. And they can save this and upload it after whatever he has already put out there. That's the only way no editing tonight makes sense to me, because yeah, that's all that makes sense to me. So, yet again, I could be wrong, but there's just no way, and I have to keep saying it, that he had her working straight off of the operating table, and now he's catering to her. And I tell you what's and now he's about to put this metal roof on there, so I don't really want to watch Tim work. I'm glad he finally decided to do another project, but seeing him work is not priority on my list. He tried to be funny at the beginning of this video, saying that it said that all he does is he don't really work, he just record, but it's true. And so this is the first project that we've seen him do in months. I think the last real project he did was working on the barn. Everybody knows how long ago that was, and he hasn't picked up any tools to actually work on something since then. He's just been recording everybody else work. So I guess that's his sawhorse. Old tire. But he would be talking about somebody else for coming on his site that he would be hiring to do a job and not having the proper equipment. Yep. Get on past this a little bit because I know he's still with the music. Yep. So he got his sheets all lined up to put them on the roof. And like I said, you can tell how this project is going to go as far as the roof. But I'm just wondering how it's addressing keeping that dry when the sides are open. It just, like keeping rain from falling directly on them, but it's not keeping them dry at all unless they do something with those sides. But usually he will mention everything he plans on doing, and he only talked about a roof. He didn't say anything about sides. So I'm curious if those animals that are need to be dry are going to be where they can get wet. I'll go past this
Amazing poultry pen. Tim is just about done with it, but he needs one more piece of tin, but this side is complete.
Tim always need one more piece of something when he doing projects. He don't be measuring out stuff. He just went to buy supplies only to not get what he needed.
No, but it looks so good. I'm very, very...
And he got his healing wife back out there again to brag on him one more time. It's weird. It's weird that he needs her to finish off, like recapping anything that he just did. For what? Like, we just watched him do it. He talked about it before he did it. He's had her come out there once, and now she's out there again. And it's bad enough just on regular videos, but when she's healing, like, for what? What does she need to be back out there again for, when all he had to do was stutter through telling us what he just did in this video? But nope, get back up. You've been resting long enough. You had 30 minutes. Get back up.
Very pleased with it. And then he's going to put, let me show you, in this center section here, he's going to put this ridge cap.
So she's addressing the roof still, but they're not saying anything about the sides. So I'm being left to believe that they're going to leave the sides open. So y'all let me know if you think like this project was worth it, if it's only going to keep them partially dry, just keeping rain from falling directly on their head.
Sorry, I'm on this little hill. It looks so good so far. I'm very, very pleased with it. But he is just about finish and he ran out of material. He's saying that he might try and see if he can find it. I'm coming for you. He said he might.
I'm all about finishing strong.
There you go.
Still got things like, gotta
there you
maximize
go.
these hours.
There you go.
Maximize my potential.
Woo! You're preaching now. But it looks great. It looks really, really good. I'm very pleased with it. It's because I'm able to fit two large kiddie, or two, regular size kiddie pools side by side with space in between. And this is actually two poultry pens side by side that we have combined together to create our APP, our amazing poultry pen. The ducks are loving it, but it's about time for them to move on. And we'll be moving our turkeys and our chickens in here very soon. But as of now, it looks great. This is literally the best chicken coop poultry pen I have ever had. And it looks amazing. I'm excited about it. I even saw the ducks chilling in this little thing the other day. We haven't really worried about...
She says the best one she's ever had. Has she had another one?
Having a roof for them, because they absolutely love the rain. And if they ever wanted shade or a covering, they just kind of go in that little makeshift shelter that we made for them. So, but yeah, it looks great. And I think Tim, by his measuring over there, is working himself up to head to get some more materials so that he can finish off and finish strong. I am super excited about the progress on the amazing poultry pen, and it looks like Tim is going to head to get the additional supplies he needs to finish it off probably tomorrow, but he'll get the supplies today. But we're just going to call it for today's video, because I think y'all have seen enough, and it looks absolutely great and amazing, and I'm happy with it.
I'm going off an energy drink and a bag of farm fresh almonds, I think. What did they call them? They were like the almonds without any sugar or like salt.
So he want to tell us what he's going off of, yet still his boys go outside every morning and do chores for at least an hour, but I believe a little longer, with nothing on their stomachs. He's a grown man, and looks like he's eating enough for his body to eat off of itself, and he'd be okay through a project. But he wants us to know what he went without to do this project. Meanwhile, we watch his kids out there with nothing on their stomachs every day. Chores first before eating. So nobody cares what you didn't eat, Tim. Nobody cares. It's not something that people feel sorry for you about. If your boys can go without, you sure can. You send them out there like that, maybe you should remember that feeling you're talking about and know that that's the state you're sending your kids out in every morning to tend to animals and whatever they have to do. I know when you have given them a list of chores, it's kind of routine, but there's always a wrench in the plan. Something will come up that may take a little bit more energy than you planned on it taking, because things happen that are unforeseen. So remember that feeling. However your stomach or your energy is feeling right now, remember that for your boys, because you send them out there like that every morning to do chores, to attend to animals, to pull stuff, push stuff, pick up stuff, load stuff, carry stuff. And they have not eaten anything. First thing in the morning, their bodies have long digested whatever they had the day before. But you feel like it's okay to send them out there like that. So what? That's a serious one for me. So what? Nobody cares what little you claim you had, because you're about to say what you put in your mouth like it wasn't enough, and you send them out there with zero.
Hold on. They were like organic.
Natural?
Yeah,
Organic? Okay.
almonds. So I'm going off an energy drink and organic almonds. A bag of organic almonds.
I don't even know when he had this.
Well, when I went to the store to get the material, I grabbed.
Okay.
Oh yeah, in the Slim Jim. That's what I'm going.
So he has something to drink and 2 things to snack on, which is not 0. And he's complaining about that's all he's had. Yet still, his kids get 0. They haven't had orange juice. They haven't had milk. They haven't had a muffin. They haven't had cereal. They haven't had scrambled eggs. They haven't had any type of little cereal bar. Nothing. They're going off 0 straight out the bed. We can tell because their hair is not combed, their faces are not washed, and you would assume if the face is not washed, the teeth haven't been brushed, haven't been in the shower. They get straight out of the bed and go straight outside to do your chores with nothing on their stomachs. And you just smiling.
Never to a Slim Jim.
Huh? Never consider other people.
Have I eaten anything yesterday? I can't remember.
You had breakfast. You had an omelet.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's right.
Yeah.
See, always pretending. Did I have anything else? Which is the same thing that he did in the last video where he's sitting up there asking, has she cooked breakfast? Knowing that he's had her cooking breakfast since she got out of the hospital. Oh, he never recalls things that he knows that it's not going to make him look favorable. So there goes his argument with that's all he's had. So now we know he's had more. But we can tell that his body is missing, not getting a meal, because he's getting wider and wider. Like Tim's neck is the same, and everything else, like the shoulders and the arms and the front area, is just like busting out. It's like his head is just sitting on top of that. But he's actually talking about what he just went without. You're not going without. If anybody on that farm is not going without, it would be you. But I'm going to get off of that. It just irritated me. Because I'm talk about that when we know that you're not feeding your kids before they start working for the day. You're not setting them up for success. You're not worried about, that can even play with your psyche, being so hungry and still got to work. You know, I've been doing hair clients and had to finish something before I could eat, and your focus is off, you know, your energy gets low, and you don't even consider them when you send them out there like that. So that's it for my reaction to this video. The actual, like, working on that roof was kind of, you know, but the very beginning of the video was more interesting to me because I saw how excited she was to get the attention and assistance that she deserves. So I'm going to end it here. I want to end the video with thanking everybody for your support. I've had people that have been here since the beginning, and you're still riding with me, and I appreciate that so much. For every new subscriber, I hope that you all are finding value over here and that you enjoy the videos. I am just elated that anybody wants to hear what I have to say and that you all keep coming back. I do see the numbers growing. My goal is 1,000 subscribers because then I am able to monetize, which means that I will then be able to put more effort into the videos. I never saw it going in this direction. I just wanted to get things off of my chest, and you know, I'm like, a couple of people probably watch, but nope, you all have surprised me and gone above and beyond, and I appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me, and I enjoy the community that's building over here, the conversations that we're having. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. So I had stated in the beginning that I'm not on a schedule yet as far as releasing videos. So everybody remember to hit the notification bell so that it will let you know when I upload something, because I know I'm all over the place right now with releasing. It may be early in the morning, it may be late at night, it may be the middle of the day. We don't know. But I do them when I get a free chance. So make sure to turn that on. And I'm going to end it here. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.